to all of you that are listening right now, I want you to ask yourself one thing. How many hours do you think engineers and managers are spending on change management a week? 2 hours, four, 8, maybe even 15? Whatever number you're thinking of right now, we want to cut that number in half. I have a simple equation for you on this slide. And don't worry if you're bad at math. I was never good at it, still not good at it. It's probably one of the reasons I became a network engineer. I only need to know the numbers between 1 and 0. Hopefully someone got that. The simple equation is as follows. Change management equals time, and time equals money. A major issue with poorly implemented change management is that your highly skilled engineers are wasting hours and hours on manual change documentation and approval chasing. As you know, MSP margins are directly tied to how engineers spend their time. So in reality, MSPs are losing money. So I'm sure you're wondering what's causing this. From what we've experienced in change management process, there are 5 key bottlenecks where time is wasted: the change creation, the approval chain, the stakeholder communication, implementation, and the audit and compliancing. So how do we solve this? Well, I'm glad you asked. ChangeBreeze is a change management platform built for MSPs. Your one place to plan, approve, track, and audit changes across all your customers. We're out there to replace spreadsheets, email chains, and PSA ticket notes with proper workflows. Some features that we've implemented to reduce time spent on changes are pre-approved standard change templates, automatic approval workflows, virtual cab, automated real-time status updates during a change, scheduled change visibility across all teams, verified rollback and test plans, clear maintenance window execution, continuous audit trails, and scheduled compliance report generation. So don't just trust my word on it. The data does not lie. We have found that MSPs that are onboarded into ChangeBreeze platforms see a 97% success rate in changes carried out. A successful change counts as any change that did not go through the rollback status. We've also found that average approval time of a change is, we've also found that the average approval time of a change is down to 2.87 hours after submission. We have multiple third-party integrations, a few big ones being ConnectWise, Orvik, Hoodoo, Microsoft 365. For example, you can hook up your 365 mailbox and send out branded email notifications. You could also hook into Teams and have instant war room channel creation on emergency changes that are created. We're always looking for more creative ways to speed up the change management process, and actively expanding our roadmap to integrate more third-party platforms based on what our MSP partners are using. For pricing, we keep ChangeBreeze simple and transparent. It's a flat monthly base fee with no hidden surcharges. We're not interested in any gotchas or tricks. We have 2 plans. The first plan being the business plan submitted. It's suited for a single business, likely within their own IT team. This doesn't include any multi-tenant features. The second plan is for managed service providers. It has everything in the single business plan plus support for unlimited companies. We give 10 base users to get you started and a multi-tenant architecture that allows your customers to be a part of the change process. This allows them to allows them to create and approve changes. We offer a 3-month trial period because we're aware that, implementing and testing new platforms can take a lot longer than a week, a lot longer than 2 weeks even. So the 3-month is very good. At the end of the day, we're just 2 engineers trying to solve a real pain point, and we just figured it would be the best to share this solution with everyone else. Thank you.
Excellent, Nathan. Thank you for joining. So you can, I know you need to get back to sleep. or get to sleep,
Yeah, I
I guess.
think yeah,
For the
I think I might hit the hay straight away. Not gonna
what
lie.
time? What time is it there?
I got up at what is it? Sorry, I'm sharing screen, so it's not showing the time. Quarter past
It's all
two.
right. That's
So
late. All right. Well,
yeah, so we got yeah.
well done. Thank you for joining, and we appreciate it. And then
Good. Thanks,
Michelle,
guys. Appreciate it.
yep, if you can, yep. So we got the first polls going up, so you can go ahead and fill out those, and then so we'll give you about 2 minutes on the poll questions to fill those out. So Sean, it's officially kicked off.
Yeah, it has. So, I mean, wow, it kicked off across the entire globe for the first two, by the way. So, um, I like the concept. I think one thing you see in the MSP space is when they all do projects, they constantly devalue their projects. They constantly run through issues with being able to actually make the updates and update costs and pricing. So anything involved with any kind of change management, changing anything around there is a good thing. And automation is important as well, which I love. I do like that they did put a lot of AI into this too, which is a good thing. Maybe. Matthew is frozen or I am frozen. You're looking good, Matt. What do you think about that? Oh, Matt, I'm glad you agree. We will wait for him to join back. You know what's even better about this while I'm on the live looking at everybody here? I got people messaging me saying, oh no. But Matt will be back shortly. However,
Matt is coming back. Sorry. He went down. He's gonna be back, but I'll help out where I can, but keep in mind this is my first battle royale. So.
well, what are your thoughts on how Nathan presented? We can go with that.
On which presenter? On ChangeBreeze?
The one that just happens. Yeah,
Oh
change
yeah, I thought it was great. I think, it's really needed in here in the industry, and I thought the pricing was really good. So
the pricing is good. And if it can make, and based off the stats he gave, if it helps quantify that and maximize on revenue, that's important. Ease of life is very important for the MSPs. In collaboration with them, with a vendor to be able to provide that, it will be a big deal for them and all MSPs across the board.
absolutely.
So what do you think Matt's doing right now? You think he probably had like a hair appointment?
I thought he went to maybe make a sandwich or something. I don't know.
It's good.
Like lunchtime. Oh, there he is.
Oh, maybe. Welcome back, Matt.
I'm back.
We're glad you agreed to all of our points. It worked out really well. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But that was perfect timing because that was right at the 2 minute mark with the polls. So this is why, Sean, you always prepare. You have to have a backup person, and Michelle took over, thankfully.
She did. Thanks, Michelle, for being the true professional of the group. Appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy to help.
All right. All right, so let's keep things rolling. We're going to bring up Aportio with Susan.
You guys, good. Let's bring Aportio with Susan Emmett over there, another across the globe person. And we bringing her up? She here?
Yeah, she's there.
Yep, I'm here.
I'm not seeing her on the screen. All right, well
that's
then.
Weird. I see.
Matt can see me.
Oh, now I can. Perfect. All right, well then I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get off screen because now the floor is yours. You ready get your deck up and get ready to go here.
Hopefully you can see my screen.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming.
Let's see. It's
slowly.
Coming. I can see it now. So the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot. So, Aportio is a New Zealand-based business, but you can tell by this accent that I'm probably not North American, so I'm Canadian. And today I'm calling in from Denver, so it is not early morning for me, luckily. But that's all a very long story. But the real story I want to talk to you about is a conversation I had with a service desk lead at an MSP in Canada, who told me that they felt that they were lucky that they kept their job because they had made a really big mistake. They had missed the alert from a very big customer. What happened was that they were in the middle of another event from another customer. Their inbox was flooded with emails from that event. They weren't parsing emails into their PSA like many other MSPs we talked to, because every email creates a ticket and then they have to go in and close them and it just becomes a hassle. But of course, the other customer's email came right in the middle of it and kind of looked the same. So the team just thought it was the same thing. Clearly it wasn't. And so their largest customer went down for a couple of hours and they almost walked. And the agreement was that if they don't walk, they're going to have to do something about it. So they came to talk to us and asked if we can help, and we said, of course we can. But before we talk about solving that problem, I just asked them a little bit more about what else was bugging them about their emails. And they talked to me about just these email floods, when two systems talk to each other and 1,000 emails come in with a couple of seconds, but matching tickets between when somebody BCCs a ticket and somebody comes in from the side and there's no ticket number and they have to go and figure out where the match is, that a third-party email comes in and goes to the wrong customer. They get repetitive strain injury from scrolling through all the emails, there was signature clutter and then the images clutter. They know that their classification accuracy is low because engineers are they're doing okay, but they can't really use that to train their new models. And they know that there's a whole bunch of things that they can do to automate their email workflows, but they just have no visibility and no data to help them. So these are the problems that Aportio was made to solve. Over the past few years, we've had over 14 million transactions come through our system. So we know pretty much every edge case you can find in an inbox. And if we haven't seen that edge case, we've probably seen something close enough so we can fix it. And that's why our first customers just signed up for their 7th year. Our customers range from small to large MSPs. The smaller ones are even saving one person from having to do the triage work. The larger customers are saving over 7 people, and that's because we save about 2 to 4 minutes for every email handled. We're taking about 70% of the email alerts away, and you get those junk emails into the support inbox because everybody finds that on your website. That's just now a trickle, and the staff tell them that they will rebel if we ever dare take away Inbox Agent. Going live is simple. The connection is a couple of minutes. We work with you to configure. We give you sets of rules, the most common sets of rules that we see in our other customers. You spend a couple of weeks testing, and most other MSPs can go live by the end of the month. But we didn't stop there. So I've been an exec in both MSPs and customers of MSPs. So we started looking at how we can create some revenue opportunities, not just the cost saving opportunities, but revenue opportunities for the MSPs. And the answer became very simple. So every one of your customers will have a shared inbox somewhere. It might be an app procurement, it might be an app finance, admin, customer services. And they're suffering the same kind of chaos that you're suffering with your inboxes. But picture this. Imagine if you're with somebody comes in and customer services team, they come in the morning, and instead of saying just a mass of emails that they don't know what's important or not, every email has already been tagged. It tells you, what the topic is, what the urgency is, who it might be from. They give you a summary. Any email that you didn't have to deal with has been archived or has been automatically sent to somebody else. You can find things. The search is multi-level search. You can tell that somebody else in the team is already working on it. The templated responses have been curated and reviewed by the admin, so everybody is responding with the same brand and accurate response to the customers or somebody else in the team. So it's an opportunity for MSPs to not only save money, but to grow recurring revenue. We help you. We're working through the collateral now. We help you with the onboarding, and whenever you're ready, you can take over. And of course, if you hit your on-sell targets, your own internal Inbox Agent subscription will be free.
All right, Susan. I'll let you say your last slide.
So the last slide is simply, if you got any problems with email, whether it's you or your customers, as user emails, alert emails, talk to me. I'd love to tell you about it.
Thank you, Susan.
And Susan, yes, she does love to talk, so it's not a problem.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Awesome. All right, so we go into the 2 minutes.
Yep. So the polls have already gone live.
Yep.
Let me put my 2 minutes on my timer.
Do the time.
Keep things moving here.
Do the time. Do it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I did love, just kind of like starting out, was like starting with a real example, like from the real
Absolutely.
world. I thought that was a good idea.
Yep, it's important. I think it's important. It helps the average person relate. I think when you get into, we just sat down with Matthew Koenig yesterday on a live stream, and we talked about, he said that you can talk about speeds and feeds, right? I think that the speeds and feeds thing comes down the road. I think you have to be relatable in a story that I understand. Like, okay, that kind of sucks. I don't want that, you know. And even like the way that the positioning and what the product does. Think about this, man. How many different media types are you communicating on at this point in your life to do work?
Yeah.
Between Slack, Teams, email, phone, social medias. I mean, there is a lot, right? So if you can eliminate noise for me anywhere and triage and give me a synopsis of what I got to work on, that would be phenomenal. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I know how much I work on things, and I know that like how many MSPs end up giving away their cell phone number, their personal cell phone number, just to get work done with people directly.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, and I was just going to kind of go back to my point, but but I think it's a good lesson for our vendors and the MSPs listening. When you talk about examples and things like that, just really start documenting the success stories, those examples, because the closer you can get it to what that person does, the better, right? Like, because you're going to come up with, you're going to first have an example that small businesses will understand. But it's even better when it's a small manufacturing company, and that's the example you can give to the manufacturing company you're talking to. So always having those ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to bring a person we definitely have known over the years. So we're going to ask Callan from Synthreo. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing that.
Callan Sabian from Synthreo. Yes, that's who it is. Oh my Lord, are you? Look at that jacket.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is Cal has really upped his game over the last month on video with us.
And he's got his screen already ready to go. Like, I mean, this is.
I know. I'm so proud of you, dude.
Thanks. My mic broke, but at least I got my wireless one.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Cal, since you've already got your screen shared, the stage is yours.
Sounds great. Thanks to everybody for having us. It's an existential moment for the MSP community. An asteroid hit our market November 30th, 2022. ChatGPT reaching 100 million users in 2 months, peaking at just below 1 billion. This put a lot of customers ahead of us in AI adoption. Since then, and since we've launched, our mission has been to enable MSPs and their customers to get real-world benefit from AI. We want you to be the mammals after impact, and we work every day to enable that. Every vendor here and abroad wants to sell you a product, a tool, a license, another SKU. Somewhere along the way, the MSP stopped being a services business and became a product slinger. AI, the biggest services opportunity in a generation, is moving faster than any shop can hire. You know it, your customers know it, and right now, nobody in the market is selling to them. The first AI seat is actually pretty easy. Organization and installation, management and service is hard. And that gap is where your next margin lives, and it's closing fast. Here's what Synthreo does. We take the complexity, models, agents, chat, governance, security, and turn it into a smooth go-to-market motion that drives savings and revenue from day one. Not a platform you have to learn right away, but a platform you can build a service off of. No hires you need to make, and everything you need to quote a customer this week, because that's what's already happening. Your customers' employees are pasting company data into public LLMs today. Shadow AI is on the rise with no governance, no security, no you in the middle. We turn that into a billable managed service. MSPs on our platform are building their first sellable agent in under 20 minutes. An agent that auto-resolves help desk tickets, processes invoices, generates weekly reports and dashboards. Real work, not chat. You leave with something you can sell tomorrow. And we do it for you, with you, or by you. Some of the people on the call may understand that one from the Continuum days. But in stage one, our forward deployed engineers and forward deployed sales team help you land your first deals. We'll do it on your behalf if you bring us the customers. But we'll scope the work, we close the engagement, your customer, your contract, your logo, always. We're the engine. You're the brand. Stage two, it'll be with you. We'll work alongside your team. And by stage 3, we'll have you through our university, turning your people that have been freed up due to AI's efficiencies to be AI consultants, forward deployed engineers, customer ready, and billing. We're the only vendor whose business model is partially to make ourselves obsolete. We have all of your integrations out of the box, and we can quickly build ones that you may or may not have. And this is the part that should help you lean in. We sell this to you at a way that you can make a 200% markup. Your gross service margin should be at minimum 60%. Putting that into real numbers, it costs you $15 to sell a seat for $45, $250 to sell an agent for $1,000 plus per customer every month. That's math that looks like services businesses we used to run, not a 15% cut of somebody else's license. And the pricing model is the part that your customers will love because it's one flat monthly rate. We estimate it and then give you limitless usage with our fair use policy, no meter, no token counter, no surprise bill. You know what kills AI adoption outside of security in the SMB? Fear of the meter. We killed the meter. One rate, adoption without anxiety for you and for them. Some examples of how we price today are $5 per credit. That's all in. A credit gets you your tokens, your compute, your access, your storage, and your support. And you can get it started for as little as $250 a month, including dedicated support every month and quarter. How does that mean from an economics perspective? 10 agents gets you $7,500 in MRR. It's not theoretical. We had an MSP that joined a few weeks ago on a Monday and sold a 750 seat count, $750 seat by Thursday. Another had a customer that hit the Claude wall. Their MSP turned into a 14 agent job at $10,000 a month, giving them 80% margin. And then when we looked at another client that sold 50 seats and now wants 3 agents to run their accounting department. 3 MSPs, 3 paths, same result. New recurring revenue in weeks, not quarters. 0 hiring risk, 0 build time. We are the only vendor in the channel whose goal is to make more of a services business, not less. And so here's what I'm asking. Let's not explore. Let's not set up a call. Right now, when we're on this screen, on the next slide, you're going to see a QR code. Drop your email in the chat, scan the QR on the screen, bring your top 5 customers who have asked about AI in the last 90 days, the ones who are paying somebody else for a chat tool they barely use, and we'll close that engagement for you. Your revenue, your margin, your customer. Thank you.
Excellent. I'll let you keep that up for a second.
Nice job.
All right.
It's the
All right,
jacket.
so we'll get that poll going. There we go. And then we'll take the screen off here. Callan, if you don't mind, let's share.
Unshare your screen. We can't keep showing your deck, dude. You can't keep extra time. Sorry, Callan.
Now we're seeing. All right,
now we're seeing code. You're doing well here.
I think I can stop. There we go. I was able to do it.
The poll froze right in front of it. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
It's perfect. Thank you, Callan, for being you. All right. So where do you want to start here? I mean, first, again, back to the whole AI concept. I do like how he started with like the doomsday of everything and built from that. I appreciate the fact that, the approach was, let me show you how much money you're going to spend with us. Let me show you how much money people are going to make from us and have already done so, and the different use case scenarios. Because I think the one thing struggling in AI world is use case conversations.
Yeah. I did like the metaphor. Asteroid hit our market.
Yep.
I don't. You don't have to answer this. Don't answer this, Callan, backstage. But I am curious what the Claude wall actually means. I don't know if you know what that meant. I like that term, but
I like the term. I'm not sure, but no, Callan, do not answer. You're going no more stage time. But, but again, I would tell you, even if you don't want to buy Synthreo's product, you should always have a conversation with Callan anyway. He's wickedly smart. You just have to tell him to dumb it down sometimes for the average human. Like that question in particular. However, I really appreciate the fact that they're willing to work with their clients right now and help them go close the deal and get them paid. That's a pretty big deal.
That's what I wrote that down. That stood out to me. Help them close, teach them how to do it. Because I mean, you know this, and if you're a vendor and you don't know this, like usually the first thing when somebody's like thinking about signing up with you, they're like, well, how do I make my money back? That's like, they just want to cover their cost initially.
Yep.
So if that first customer, by getting on a call with them, covers their cost, and I mean, in theory, makes you money, even better. But I do love that kind of white glove to start. So that's really cool.
It's always a question. What does this do? How much does it cost? And what's my real investment total for time to learn it, or what can you do to help me to learn it and get moving, adopt it, and get in production?
Yep. For sure. All right, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna bring up Omar Hussein of Quell Secure. So Omar, if you can take yourself off, or I keep saying that wrong. Put yourself on video. And share your screen.
It says I can't start the video. It's been disabled by the host.
All right, let me try. Oh, I'm sorry, Michelle. I put you on camera by accident. Hit the wrong person.
Man, Omar looks just like Michelle.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Hallelujah.
All right, I'll start doing the controls then, because I guess it's been handed over to me. Can you share your screen? That will allow you that.
Can you see my?
Yep. No, we're seeing a Zoom thing right now.
Hold on.
We see your screen, just not the slides.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, one sec.
Probably the next tab over says PitchIT Google Slides from the in the middle.
And then
put yourself in presentation mode and you're good to go. All right, Omar, you ready, man?
Okay. Go. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the introduction. I'm going to introduce you to a new concept called ransomware containment. Imagine you're an MSP and your best customer, no matter what you had done, whatever security prevention tools you had, the ransomware attacker successfully managed to bypass and detonate a payload. All of a sudden, your customer can't do anything. They're blocked. They can't open files. They can't access critical stuff. Alerts are ringing all over the place. Your IT guys are scrambling. And all of a sudden, the customer has the expectation that despite the fact that they were hit, they're going to be up and running quickly. But you have to give them the bad news that it's going to take a lot longer. And why is that? Because in reality, only 9% of companies that had a real attack can get fully recovered in less than a day. And that is principally because when a real attack happens, it's like many floors in the building are burning in a fire. And the backups are corrupted. Attackers have been around for a while. You just didn't know it. Nobody knew what was happening. With Quell Secure, think of it as that you are having a power generator. An event happens, the light flickers, but the business continues to work. Because of ransomware containment, we can provide this solution. So what do? Essentially, there's a kill chain. We don't care about anything left of the dot. Those are all your prevention tools, your antivirus, your EDR, your intrusion detection. In the end, all ransomware attackers have to do is detonate the payload, and the payload simply starts to encrypt files. And that's where we sit at that one choke point. We watch the attacker detonate the payload, and as ransomware starts to encrypt files, after about 9 files, we block it and kill it. So your business continues to run without any disruption. As always, we're going to show a quick demo because a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Today, we're going to show how Quell Secure's innovative active containment technology limits damage to a few files so that business operations always continue, even in the face of a ransomware attack. This is a real encryptor from a common ransomware family, Lockbit. Let's detonate the ransomware and watch it corrupt files in both shared and local storage. Keep an eye on the file icons and extensions in OneDrive. After only a few seconds, the files are rendered unusable and operations grind to a halt. When ransomware is successful, the entire organization becomes reliant on the speed and accuracy of restoring from backups during an active security incident. This endpoint is toast, so we'll switch to a fresh one that has Quell installed. Let's run the ransomware again and watch Quell react. After just a few files, Quell is sure this is ransomware and contains the threat. The process is blocked, the executable is quarantined, and IT is alerted. Meanwhile, shared and local files are intact and employees can continue working. Quell's active containment eliminates the risk to operational continuity, avoiding weeks of messy recovery. With Quell Secure, a potential catastrophe becomes a minor incident.
We tried this with, we had third-party vendors validate our technology. We caught 100% of all known ransomware out of the box because of our patent-powered technology. Why is this important for MSPs? Any MSP that has been selling a cybersecurity solution has gone through an evolution. 12 years ago, after CryptoLocker and ransomware took off, everybody was selling immutable backups. Then we had WannaCry, which drove and started to make EDR table stakes. Everybody sold as much EDR as they could. Today, with the advent of AI-powered ransomware attacks, a new solution is required for your customers. It's called ransomware containment. And we're seeing this market start to really ask the question of resilience. What is ransomware containment? It's for customers who cannot tolerate any downtime. It's for your riskiest customer who you don't want to lose, because in the example I gave, that was a real life customer that eventually churned from the MSP that couldn't bring it up and running within a few days. Why Quell Secure? Number one, we're the only company doing ransomware containment that is 100% channel focused. We designed this to be easy and efficient for MSPs to use, and most importantly, our pricing model. We sell it to you for $1 per endpoint per month. You charge whatever you want. We have no street price. We don't have a 30% or 15%. Thank you.
He's like, you're promoted.
Excellent. Thank you. Have a good one.
Good job, Amar. Really good.
Yep, I just took Sean off by accident.
You're doing. Let me come back.
I'm struggling today on this in the new format.
Well. This is like, you know what? Thank you for. And actually, I got the notification that the co-host stopped your video. Yeah, I'm fully.
Well, it's because when somebody leaves, I guess backstage, it changed the order. So, anyways, but the poll is up. So.
The poll is up. Good job, Matt. Good job. So,
thank you.
You know I like how Omar started off with saying that this is different, right? And this is new. We've heard that a lot of times, but technically, this might be real. You might be true to this because and I could be. You correct me if I'm wrong, Omar. Later, not. You can't come back on. So, but this is really about that front, the left and right side of Boom, almost, right? And it like they're in the middle somewhere because they're not. They are containing, but they're contained. It's like after, but it's still before. So I don't know how to position that. But you know, traditionally we work within left or right of Boom on a regular basis. What vendors they are.
Yeah, and I liked the show and tell. You know, I've actually of all the years we've been doing this, I don't know that anybody's ever played a live video of the actual like demonstration of something happening in the platform.
I don't think so. Cool. Not that I remember. I thought that's strong. That's pretty confident, and it's pretty confident. Say 100% third party validated. 100% was captured.
Yeah,
and taken care of. That's a big deal, especially in the security space because we always. I mean, the biggest. What's the first line you hear from every company about their product? They talk about their uptime. Or they talk about their efficiency, right? The efficacy of their product. To be able to say 100%, I don't know. I've never heard you say 100% about their product like that.
No.
They always give like that 98%, 99%. That way they give that little percentage just in case, you know, no matter what.
Yeah. And I definitely like, you know, especially when, you know, you're in a more crowded space and, you know, obviously with cybersecurity, there's so many different elements and vendors and different things. I like just having an actual slide of here is what makes us different. Here are the reasons. So I thought that was good. All right. So you want to keep it going, Sean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of cybersecurity and whatnot, our next presenter is involved in that in some degree. I'm not going to say what for because that's his job. Coming up next, we have Blacksmith InfoSec with a good friend of mine, Jared Casper. I can't see you. It looks like I can see what jacket you're wearing. Okay, good. Looks good. Come off mute, please, Jared, so you can actually speak. Oh, dear Lord. I don't know what he has going on down there.
You're good.
I'm nervous. Somebody tell me this is working. So, you know what? I can see you're on point. Your deck is up. You're ready to go. You good?
I'm good. You can hear
Sure.
me?
Yes, we can. Perfect. All right.
Yes. All right.
The floor is
Awesome.
yours, man.
Excellent. Well, let me start with a few years ago when I was a CTO and CISO of a little software company building an application to manage mental health programs for K-12 students across the US. That meant FERPA compliance, HIPAA compliance, SOC 2 compliance, and because we were operating in the state of Texas, we threw in TX-RAMP compliance just for funsies. Now, at the time, my CEO understood the value of compliance, but not really why I needed a tool to help me manage this. So I was kind of relegated to using Excel. And my CFO, who had a very appropriately last name of "Oh no," anytime I bring him a quote from one of the big enterprise vendors, would say, "Oh no, we're not going to buy that software." And I looked long and hard, and all I could find was Excel or very expensive tools. There was really nothing in between that was either simple enough that my CEO could understand it, comprehensive enough that I could do what I needed to do with it, or affordable enough that my CFO could manage it. Right? I needed something that had all three of those. And so I called my good friend Mike, somebody who's, I've managed a handful of security programs over my career. Mike had done this dozens or even hundreds of times as a vCISO. And I said, look, Mike, I need you to help me find something that is, get my clicker to work here, simple enough that my CEO can understand why we're using this, affordable enough that my CFO is going to go from "oh no" to "oh yeah," and comprehensive enough that I can actually manage the security program at scale. And he and I looked long and hard and could not find a single tool out there that met all three of those criteria. 2, sure, 1, easily, but all 3, not so much. And so 3 years ago next month, we started Blacksmith really with the idea of making that tool that the CEO, the CISO, and the CFO could all agree on. And we started selling that into end clients, like direct to business. And every one of those end clients that we sold into ran into the same bottleneck. Either they lacked the technical expertise or they lacked the administrative permissions to be able to make even simple technical control changes, such as turning on MFA in their Microsoft tenant. And so they started calling their MSPs. And the MSP started calling and saying, "Hey, Jared, I've been trying to get this client to turn on MFA for 5 years. And not only are they turning on MFA now, they're also turning on or like caring about HIPAA compliance for the first time. How did you do this?" And we said, well, let me actually ask you some questions, right? What does it look like today for you to deliver compliance? Or what does your client journey look like? And every one of them said, well, first, the client says, I have some regulatory or contractual obligation that I need to meet. And they panic. And then they go research it and they panic some more. And then one of two things happens. Either they stick their head in the sand like an ostrich and pretend like it doesn't exist, which, to be fair, is technically a choice. And while technically correct is usually my favorite kind of correct, in this case, it's not a great choice. Or they call the MSP and the MSP says, yeah, of course I can help. And within 6 months, the MSP looks a lot like I did when I was at that last company. The obligations were scaling, but the delivery model was not. They needed a way to deliver compliance services to their customers at scale. And so he said, look, what if we take the tool that we have today that your clients already love, understand, and can use, and we put the management layer on that you need to have with multi-tenancy, white labeling, and the NFR so you can get your own house in order and create that shared responsibility that scales. And they said, that's great, but we need a little bit more. And so we realized one of the things that we needed to do was become better together. And so we started building integrations into the tools that the MSPs are using to be able to manage their clients. Because at the end of the day, again, that evidence collection has to be happening on a regular basis or it just doesn't scale. One of the other things that we learned along the way here, though, is that not all MSPs are at the same maturity level. You have some that are very large and mature and have their own compliance programs, but others that really need some education and some educational content. And so Mike and I hit the road. And we spent a lot of time talking at conferences. We wrote a book about how to sell and manage compliance programs. It's available for sale on Amazon or for free as a downloadable ebook on our website. We host a weekly podcast where we strip the FUD and the fluff out of compliance and cybersecurity and talk about real practical questions that MSPs are asking us on a regular basis. We're active members of GTIA. Mike sits on the Data Advisory Council, and we just literally this week announced that we've added Trustmark to our platform. And we also offer free open source tools to make sure that every MSP can grow together, regardless of whether they're a customer of ours or not. And one of the things we've learned is that education model is working, right? So in 2024, we started off direct to business. We learned along the way that, like I said, all those end businesses needed help from their MSPs, and we started pivoting to the channel. And by IT Nation Connect in 2024, that was when we kind of had our coming out party and announced that we were channel only, and we've been channel only ever since. Now, Mike and I have never been MSPs, and so we needed to learn and grow in the MSP ecosystem. So we spent 2025 continuing that learning journey, and by the way, that is still continuing to this day. We're still learning and growing. But all of that effort of learning and growing in the ecosystem has really started to pay off, because now we have over 100 MSPs on the platform, and we are growing weekly. Now, here's the thing about compliance. Nothing you say or do matters if you can't bring the receipts. So I brought the receipts with me today. Our customers are absolutely raving about what we can do and how we're helping them grow their services business. We've been a category leader for 4 straight quarters on BetterTracker. Thank you, Matt. And we have award-winning podcast thanks to third-party validation. Again, this is all stuff that we are doing and getting the growth. So if you're looking to forge your compliance practice, scan here to learn more. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Jared.
Good job, Jared. Look,
So,
did you take my video? Good job, man.
Yeah, I got that one right. Polls up. So Jared's hawking books, selling books on our stream here.
I felt like we were watching Oprah Winfrey, man. I was like, yeah, you get a book. You get a book. So excited, you know? Yeah, so I guess we should start, since you started with that, I think a value add to what Jared, what Blacksmith even offers is not only are they out there selling their product, but they're actually providing education within the podcast, the book, and everything. So they are providing materials, even if you have to buy them on, Amazon, whatever. But I think it's a good thing. It's a huge investment to do this. I mean, look how much work we do for just this alone. So imagine doing it on a regular basis for them. So I do like that. But what did you think about the offering?
Well, I guess I really did hone in on, and what I took notes on, because it's funny, it's exactly what you mentioned, which was the education and community. And I think I wanted to highlight that because they are not two guys who just preach that. They legitimately invest a lot of time into that. So if you're an MSP who's looking for that partnership type of thing, not just the technology, I think they hit that right over the mark, that hit a home run on that stuff.
Yes.
The
monster. I got you, dude.
Sure.
Gotcha. So no, agreed. But even coming back to even what the offering is, I mean, after COVID, we saw this rise of cybersecurity requirements, right? Remote workforce and everything else, and it became a train wreck, right? We'll go back to Callan's point. Meteor did hit it then too, right? And governance and compliance is a big deal now, bigger than it ever was, because you saw this huge emergence of the cyber insurance companies, and there are all these rules. And what the problem has been for years is MSPs, any small business, really has a hard time when it comes to compliance and governance. They don't know how to, and I like the fact that he did talk. They addressed how to lay on top of what they already have. Don't move your tools. You don't got to change anything. We're just going to be the management layer to help you aggregate the information and collect the data. Service, everything's good to give to people. So there's not a change in your regular day-to-day for the client, because the whole goal of the MSP is to not make it, it's supposed to be seamless to work with them, right? So I like that. And I like the fact of the scalability of it too, because that's a lot of work. I don't know if anybody's ever been through anything around compliance. There's a lot, man. And let alone if we talk about HIPAA and whatnot, that's a whole different world of God knows what. So I like how you presented it. No, it's strong for what you were talking about here with governance, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, part of the reason I didn't comment on the packaging is I was literally having a battle royale with this horsefly that was biting me during the. I swear to God, dude, it was lighting me up. Those things kill, and they're crushing my ankles. So.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily it was happening during when I was not on video, but oh my God, I was literally having a fight with it. I was attacking it. Anyways.
Thank you for your value on this. I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. So let's bring up our final presenter of the day.
All right. Let's bring up Kipling Secure with Saurabh Sandher. What's up, Saurabh? Are you there?
I am here, saving the best for the last.
Yes. Somehow knew that would be some sort of comment somehow. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So we see your deck. We can hear you and see you. Perfect. So the floor is yours, man.
Thank you. So folks, AI is inevitable, but unmanaged AI is optional. And we at Kipling have been fortunate to get some great recognition across the MSP community this year. But awards aren't why we are here. Your customers are already using AI. Kellen spoke about that Meteor event, extinction event, and there's a lot of splatter from it. But the question is whether they have formally adopted it or not. And most of that usage today is invisible, unmanaged, and unbillable. Kipling helps you see it, govern it, and turn that AI security into a managed service. If you don't own that AI conversation with your customers, somebody else will. And to make it a little bit more real, here's a real world example. We went into one MSP customer expecting the usual suspects, ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, and instead we found 122 AI footprints, 122, 83 Gen AI tools, 39 AI agents. Some were browser-based, some were desktop, some were embedded inside applications and probably didn't even think of as AI. That's the fundamental change after that event. AI is no longer an app. It's becoming a part of the environment. And that's why blocking ChatGPT simply doesn't work. Blocking AI is like trying to solve cloud security by blocking Dropbox. You have to see the whole environment before you can govern it. Now, there are a lot of good products in adjacent categories. The issue is that they start from different control points. Browser-first products see the browser. SSE and DNS products are very good at understanding where the traffic goes. And there are enterprise AI security platforms that were generally designed around one organization and large security teams. Kipling starts somewhere different. We start where the AI interaction itself exists. Who's the user, what AI they are using, what account, what prompt, what data, and what intent. Because our operator is the MSP, multi-tenancy isn't something we bolted on later. It's how the product was designed. So what is Kipling? Kipling is AI detection and response platform built specifically for MSP. First, multi-tenant by default. As I mentioned, one console, customer group visibility per customer policy. Second, it's detection per response. We don't just tell you something risky happened. We understand the context and apply policy. You see prompts, uploads, account context, shadow AI, and agents, and then apply policy. There is no rip or replace. It sits across your endpoint network and identity and the AI layers that you're already managing. And that's the actual product. One MSP console to see the customer AI visibility, policy event, prompt, uploads, and move from visibility to control. Commercially, the point is simple. This is new MRR from clients you already have. No new logos, no stack migration, low operational lift. The best new MSP product that doesn't just solve a problem, it gives you something new to build for. The partner motion is built around activation, not recruitment, because signing another partner agreement doesn't create revenue for either of us. The motion is deliberately simple. You commit one champion, identify 3 target customers. We prove it by running an assessment report, put actual customer data on the table, and we help you turn those findings into the right managed AI service. You rinse and repeat, put it in the catalog, and take it to the next accounts. Most partner programs celebrate the signature, but here we are here to celebrate your first invoice. So this is the ask. Give us 3 customers. We'll run that monitor-only assessment, show each customer what's happening with AI in their environment. Then the customer decides how far they need to go, visibility, guardrails, or a more advanced protection. We bring the assessment motion, the reporting, the demo support, the collateral, and the rollout playbook. You bring 3 customers, we'll help create the first AI security revenue line as we have done for many, many MSP partners. And that's really it. AI is inside your environments. The only question is whether you're going to own that conversation. We are ready when you are. Thank you.
Good job.
Excellent. Thank you.
Matt wasn't even ready for you, man.
I wasn't.
I know.
Right.
Can we just start off with the last thing you said? Give us 3 customers and we'll go do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great approach. I love that these vendors are taking that approach. Again, back to the AI world, it's so difficult to know what to do and how to go about it. To be able to teach these guys, again, it's like the cybersecurity space years ago. They still had a hard time with that, how to build it into their offering. So I'm glad to see. So I feel like cybersecurity struggled with it because nobody realized they had to do that extra mile. And it looks like the AI companies learned from that issue.
Yeah, I mean, I immediately wrote that down. I mean, that's obviously like a theme that seems to be emerging is like, hey, let's get you the first couple of customers getting it paid for, getting it covered, like we talked about.
Yep.
So I mean, I'll be keeping an eye on that. Like if that's really the theme, that continues to emerge because
absolutely.
Because I mean, you go around a vendor hall and talk to people, it's the same complaint every time. It's like we can sign MSPs, but we can't get them to roll it out to their customers.
Right.
the
Adoption is
enablement. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like show me the money, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the important piece. I would be curious, and Callan and Sarab and whoever else that does this, I'd really be curious down the road if you could give us some insight onto how that affected adoption, how that affected getting partners, the partners moving forward to sell more, and what their growth looked like. You know?
Yeah.
I really would. And I'd also be curious, once you do that too, what you guys learned about what maybe you didn't uncover when you, obviously the first plan you put together in onboarding, you tend to tweak and evolve because you find better ways of doing it. I'd be curious how much of a change happened over the course of the first few customers too.
Yeah. Another thing I wrote down was he mentioned new MRR for your own customers, or there was some line around that. It's also just an interesting take because there's so many of us when we present are talking about signing up new MSPs to using our tool to get more new business.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like, no, this is like go to your own customers, which obviously from a cost perspective is much, much more,
Cost effective.
Cost effective. Thank you.
Got you. I'm here for translation. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I got you, Matt.
Exactly.
Well, your client acquisition cost drops because you've already done it, right? You've already paid the money to acquire them. Now you're looking to just help them with an upsell and a cross sell.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, I think overall, outside of my own performance, a very clean day from the vendors.
Matt is looking for help for presentation from any of you vendors that did today. He needs to know how to work better with technology and how to, obviously avoid.
And a fly swatter if you have one.
No, it was a clean day. It was honestly, it's an impressive day. It's a good way to start us off. All the other vendors that are involved in the competition, I know are watching this now too. And I mean, they just put a clinic on, like I said. So now you know your competition looks like so far for day one. I'm looking forward to seeing how day two goes. When's day two again, Matt? For everybody watching,
I've got that ready. August 20th, and then the day three will be August 27th. So a little different if you're somebody who's ever been to one of these. We've typically done them 3 days in a row. We're going to give you a little bit of a break this year, and we're going to do one per week. Same bat channel, same bat phone, and time.
The same time every day of these, so everybody knows that.
Or Sean, what is this? Maybe this is just a masterpiece, and I'm just doing this to make you laugh. Like
this is
all
scripted. You're known for that, Matt. You're known for the winging, funny stuff. That's literally everybody knows it about you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you showing up, Sean, because I got a little worried in the beginning. And
another technical glitch. No big deal. Yeah. We're all good. No, thank you for having this again, Matt and team. This is great. I'm excited to see how this all pans out. Again, everybody should remember that today the survey results will come out. My team will get them. They will go into we quantify those survey results that add to your score. There's also the private pitch that they will do to the investment pitch. In the next week here or so, whatever it is. And once it's all said and done, we will make a big announcement in the first week, around the first week or two of September, early September. You'll know who the 3 finalists are. We'll introduce our final judges. We'll do all of that stuff over the next couple months. So this is a really fun time for this.
Yep. Excellent. All right. Thanks, Sean. See you next week.
Matt. See y'all.
Thank y'all.